Take two.
Welcome back, everybody, to Tagonda Talkline, episode 4.
That's the one. Tagonda.
Yes. I'm Jared.
I'm Hunter.
And today we have a special episode for you talking about our favorite music from
the game Minecraft.
Yes. And that kind of relates to the fact I have about myself today, where, like, just talking about how I got started playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
So it was around the end of 6th grade, kind of like the last day of school, and I overheard these kids talking about this new game that came out where you like build blocks and build all these structures, and it just sounded so cool. And I didn't really have anything going for me when I was, I don't know, maybe 12 at the time.
Yeah, 12 or 11.
Yeah. So I went home, looked it up on the App Store, and found it was like $10 or something. So a really pricey game. I begged my mom to buy it, and I eventually got it. And the moment I bought it, I was just glued to the app. Remember the first thing I ever built was just an orange square. And I was like, oh my God.
This is revolutionary.
And then it was just kind of like, I just played around with that and like the really scuffed survival at that point.
Yeah.
And then I think it wasn't until around midsummer in like June or July where I realized I could start playing it on the computer. And like I looked it up, I got it, and I remember just loading into this world and just getting so much more than I had ever gotten before. And like I was on the old official Minecraft page where it tells you to like, oh, once you load up the world, punch a tree and then go mine coal so you can get ready for the night. And then just kind of going from there, just watching YouTube and just playing the game for, I guess, 8 years now, maybe even 9, but just playing it for so long that it's just become a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a big part of, in this country, probably anybody our age.
Yeah.
It's probably a huge part of their life in some capacity.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of my first memories of you ever was in Spanish class when we had a project to make like a drawing of a town and label all the buildings and the people.
Yeah, I did it in Minecraft.
And you did it in Minecraft, and I remember you showed the class, and I was like, well, that's kind of
and
neat, low key.
I don't know. Some people clown me for it, but honestly, it was just so fun to play.
Yeah.
And an excuse to play a video game for school.
Yeah, of course.
Who wouldn't take that? It's like, oh, Mom, it's for school, please.
I think I'm doing homework. I'm studying. I think anybody that clowned you, though, in middle school for playing Minecraft played it themselves, too. They just didn't want to tell you.
Yeah.
Everybody played that game, man.
Yeah.
It was so ubiquitous everywhere.
Yeah. Anyways.
Today, we're going to be talking about one of the most memorable aspects of Minecraft, in my opinion, which is the soundtrack. But it's not going to be in the format of like a list or a ranking. Well, I guess it is a list, but it's not a ranking.
Top 10.
Yeah, it's not, like a decisive
These are
end all
like,
be all or anything.
It's just a collection of a few of the songs that Minecraft has that just lead to fond memories or just so good that they just stick with us and probably with a lot of people who have played the game for so long.
Yep. So to start, the first song we picked, the first couple actually are all going to be from Volume Alpha, which are all in the game since its official release, if I'm not mistaken. But the first one is Mog City.
Yep, so here you go. Welcome back from listening to Mog City.
Oh, man.
I hope you enjoyed it because I think, honestly, it is my favorite song on the Minecraft soundtrack.
Yeah. Really, between Volume Alpha and Beta?
I mean, between anything that Minecraft has to offer, I probably don't think there'll be another song in the future that'll top this.
Wow.
Really, for me, and kind of the part you just heard is just whenever I listen to it, I just imagine myself kind of like closing my eyes and listening to that lead up, and then the moment it kind of drops into the full song, just opening my eyes and being in the world of Minecraft
Yeah.
and just kind of just basically existing there and just enjoying everything it has to have. So it's kind of a nice way to just get a break from reality, is to just transfer your mind into just a better place via this music. And
Right.
I really love it.
Would make a great movie credits soundtrack
Yes,
too.
I do have a big movie idea. I made a whole like entire movie idea for Minecraft just based off this song.
That could be a whole nother podcast episode.
It could be. If you want that, please comment. Anyways, though, our next song is
It's Danny. Volume 2.
Yes.
Okay, that was Danny. The reason I picked this, why it's significant to me, is because one of my earliest memories playing Minecraft, that's going to be a lot of these, to be honest with you, is early
Yeah.
memories. But in particular, it was a memory of in the summer between some of the grades in middle school. I don't recall exactly, but going to my friend's house and playing on a creative world that we started together. And we built a cruise ship. It wasn't anything spectacular. It was not nearly to the scale that there are some real, Minecraft builds. People will build like full scale
Yeah.
cruise ships or kingdoms for that matter. This cruise ship was maybe 300 blocks long. The height of the roof in each floor was 2 blocks.
I mean, still, like, as a kid, that's
Yeah,
a big...
there was not a lot of detail on the outside, but to me, that year, to the two of us at that age, it was like the most incredible thing we'd ever made in that game ever. The cruise ship, I think we finished at least 6 floors of it. We put in different types of rooms. Like we had rooms that were suites ranked by like mineral. So there was like the diamond suite, the gold suite,
Damn.
the lapis suite. I don't remember if Emerald was in Xbox at that time.
I don't think Emerald Blocks existed.
No, I don't think they did.
I think Emeralds existed.
Okay, sure. And we had like a dining hall and like a nightclub, comedy club. We had these staircases that took forever to make because we didn't have enough space, so they were really clunky. We had a casino, and then we had like an underwater compartment that we did science experiments in the bottom of the cruise ship. And we had to hollow like a probably like 400 square meter hole in the base of the cruise ship underwater. We had to remove each block of water. It took like 3 hours, if I remember correctly, that we just put one iron golem in and then abandoned completely. So, but yeah, that cruise ship was so much fun. And I remember hearing Danny while we were building on that world. So it's a fond memory in that way. The next song is Dry Hands.
Yeah, that was Dry Hands. And for me, this song just reminds me of just being a kid and having these kind of fun summers at my grandparents' house. And they had pianos in their basement that basically sounded just like this song. And anytime I hear it or think about it, it just brings me back to that time in my life where I was just carefree, where I could sit at my grandparents' dining room table and just play Minecraft and relax. And then even if I wanted to, I could just close it and then just go walk out into the forest and basically live vicariously as if I was playing Minecraft in real life and just exploring. So it's just one of those songs that just gives me such good memories.
You erase the boundary between Minecraft and real life.
Yes.
It's all a game. It's all survival mode.
It's all Minecraft.
Exactly. The next one is Sweden. Sweden was the first song that I ever learned on piano from the Minecraft soundtrack. I actually still have the sheet music in my house to this day. It's only a page, if I recall correctly, because it's a pretty slow song, so you could fit the notes in to a lot of measures. But it's still a really wonderful song. I mean, that chord progression, the melody over it, it's simple. It's really, oh man, that's there's not much more you can say. I think I said everything you can.
A good song.
Yeah, Sweden, amazing.
The next song that we have is Mice on Venus.
So, Mice on Venus, probably even more so than Danny, is a special old memory of playing Minecraft as a kid. Specifically because it's the first Minecraft song I ever remember hearing in the game. It would have been at that same friend's house who I built the cruise ship with, but it would be probably on the first survival world we ever made together. Must have been in the summer again. We had all the time in the world. We would just play Minecraft and be pretty bad at it. We'd fail a lot. We'd die a lot. We had like the cobblestone house.
Yeah.
It had all stone tools and armor. Not stone armor, but leather armor.
Yeah, yeah.
All pretty garbage. I don't think you could beat the Ender Dragon in the Xbox at that time.
I don't know.
That could be a grave mistake. But the Xbox edition, at least at that time, was definitely lacking in comparison to the PC one. But apart from that memory, Mice on Venus is just like a fantastic song. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
The first like minute or two is like all in a major key. It's like a nice, simple piano song, and then it starts to get quiet in the middle, and then these little melodies come in, and it's like a little mischievous. Like it starts to get
It's a mouse.
Yeah, exactly. It starts to get a little sour, and it builds up to this huge, like crazy synth melody that you heard that we played, and it's like a whole different second half of the song. I remember playing and like not knowing the game that well, so I thought these were two different pieces of music in the soundtrack that just played next to each other, but it's all one song.
Yeah. I think that's what, I mean, you'll hear, but a lot of Minecraft songs, the best ones aren't one song. Like, it'll start, and then it'll morph into something new, but still retain something from that first bit.
Yeah.
Then it'll morph again, but still retain something from that second bit.
Yep.
So you'll have basically this one song that's just a compilation of basically a few other songs just put together and blended so perfectly.
Yep. All right, the next song, this is the last one from Volume Alpha, is Subwoofer Lullaby. Subwoofer Lullaby is a song that I remember from a different friend's Xbox playing Minecraft. That's funny that those are similar, but it was a different friend and different memory. He actually moved not long after I remember playing Xbox Minecraft with him, but we at one point would play on the Xbox for a while, get bored, go outside, get bored, and then go into his room where there was like a sort of hidey hole in the wall, like a small little storage area built into the A-frame of the roof. We would go in there and then play Minecraft on our iPod touches on local multiplayer, and then get bored of that and then go back to the Xbox and play more Minecraft. So it was just the circle of Minecraft and riding our bikes, basically. I mean, all day we would just do that. But in particular, I remember playing on his Xbox and hearing Subwoofer Lullaby. We had a jungle base. It was in the middle of like a small cave, kind of at ground level. We had beds in a couple chests. It was nothing spectacular. But, I mean, it goes without saying, but like the camaraderie and the blissful memory of playing Minecraft with your friend
Yeah.
is
I think my
incomparable.
little fun fact.
Yeah.
I believe my first biome was a jungle.
Really?
Yes.
I think it was mine too.
I have to see other people, but I don't know.
Well, they're so big, I feel like, statistically speaking.
Yeah, but I think jungles are rare.
Are they?
I think
Yeah, they're
so.
rare, but they're huge.
Yeah. All right.
So I don't know. Who's to say? But moving on, we have some songs from Volume Beta, starting with the music disc Ward.
So that was Ward. And honestly, this is almost a close first to Mog City.
Yeah.
Because I just remember the first time I was like in a creative world, just kind of goofing off. And I was like, all right, let me listen to these music discs, because the only way you can hear them is if you actually listen to them.
Right.
So
That's genius.
yeah. So that's what I did. I got like my whole inventory full of them, and I just went through and I listened to them. And I just remember putting this disc in and just hearing what basically sounded like, I guess, the stereotypical, it's like such a popular little,
It's like the
bit of
death
chords.
march
Yeah.
or funeral march or something.
so it just reminds me of like a cartoon, like funeral home or something.
Yeah.
But then, like, it changed. And the change from just that, like, dark and dreary thing
Yep.
to what sounds like this music that's evolving before you
Yeah.
just totally floored me as a kid.
Yep.
And I've just been in love with it since. Because once that little first bit is over, it feels like this song is just kind of growing and evolving as it goes on. And
Yeah.
as you listen to the rest of the song, it does the same thing. And I think it's just one of the best music discs out there.
Yeah. It's like you said, it evolves. The second half, or maybe I guess it's the third of the song.
Yeah.
Switches into a major key.
Yes.
It like most of it is in sort of like a not gloomy, but a like nice dark. I think it's in A or G minor or something. But it switches into a major key at the end, and it's like the song almost becomes like happier. It's crazy, but and then that middle section though too is low key, like really funky.
Yeah.
It's like nice mid tempo. They got that grooving bass line and
Yeah.
the melody. Oh my god, dude, incredible!
All
song.
right. The next song that we have is another music disc, and that is Wait.
All right. Wait is special to me because it was the first music disc I ever heard. If you'll recall the story of Danny, that friend, playing on his Xbox. Wait, I remember I think there were only 2 music discs on Xbox at the time.
Dang.
There was Cat, which everybody knows, I think.
Yeah, it's like the popular song.
Right. And there was Wait, which I think at the time was called Where Are We Now on Xbox. And I think it's subtitled that too in the game files or something. But CAD it's pleasant and all, but Wait is like next level. I mean, it's got that synth bass line when the drums come in. It's in like a really wonderful key, and the chord changes are really nice. It's got like the little 808 drum and clave loop at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's got a really catchy melody. It's like not super sad or super happy. It's kind of bittersweet,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Great song to jam to.
Yeah, of course. All of these really.
Yeah.
Next one is Concrete Halls.
So this is an interesting song because it's one of the only songs that you'll hear in basically the other kind of major part of the game, the Nether.
Yeah.
So the Nether is this, basically I guess you could say it's a copy of Hell,
Yeah.
but it's this place which is scary, but not like in a horror way. It's like scary to like a young kid,
Yeah.
but
It's kind of like kitschy, scary.
yeah. But as a kid, like going to the Nether for the first time and just basically being in this area where you can lose your items,
Yep.
you can't sleep, like
No
there's no water, there's fire everywhere, lava.
You could just fall and lose everything.
Yeah.
Bridging over.
And it's not really a scary place. It's more of like just place that gives you this feeling of dread.
Intimidating.
And this song like makes it worse but better. Like it accents the whole theme of the Nether perfectly. And just hearing this song as a kid and kind of like shaking as you walk through a Nether
Yeah.
fortress,
Yeah.
just kind of the walls around you being underneath basically netherrack and just walking these dark tunnels before you turn a corner and see blazes or pigmen and just get basically scared.
Yep.
But over the years, as you kind of grow up and you realize that the Nether's not scary, but it's still very dangerous,
Yep.
hearing this song just kind of makes you enjoy the Nether so much more because so much time and effort was put into making this other half of the game just as good as the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, honestly. But the next song is Haunt Musky. The reason I really like Haunt Musky, obviously it's a good song, and it does bring back memories of playing creative, but the sound design is spectacular. I believe in the section that we played, there's sort of like a crescendo of like a filtered synth melody, and it has these filter sweeps, and it has like reversed chords in it too. And the song is really dynamic, like it has a bunch of changes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, from like an outside perspective, it's weird to think that a game like Minecraft would have like a weird experimental electronic soundtrack.
Yeah,
know
it's
what I
like you
mean?
don't you think it'd be like a nice kind of relaxing music.
But it's like weird electronic compositions,
Mm-hmm.
like twisted computers and synthesizers and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is particularly evocative of that, which is why I really like it a lot.
Yeah.
We're getting closer to the end here. Similar to Haunt Musky, another synth-based song from Creative Mode is Tazewell. Now, Tazewell, a lot more than Haunt Musky is pretty special to me because a lot of the solo single player Minecraft that I played when I was younger was on creative, and it was all in pursuit of one goal, which was to recreate something I saw in a Minecraft YouTube video. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ethos Lab, but it still is a Minecraft YouTuber, and he, with a couple of his friends on a server, built a fun house out of a bunch of wool, nether brick, melons, dirt, wood, stone brick, anything they had lying around basically, to build this gigantic monstrosity of like a freakish house with a bunch of hallways that went in different directions and, floors that were uneven and made of different blocks and weird patterns and had ledges that stuck out really far into nowhere and like false doorways and false hallways and a lot of precarious ledges. It was, to me, as a kid, and still now, honestly, was a really cool work of art because it's not like they didn't go into it planning to build that, but they did, and it was an incredible looking thing. And so I remember trying to build something like that, trying to build a huge kind of fun house mansion, strange, odd, asymmetric looking thing. And I never even came close to what they made. I'd make something with 5 rooms and then get frustrated and give up. But I remember listening to Tazewell, specifically the section of the song that we played, and thinking, man, I don't remember when they added all these songs to creative mode, but these are like incredible.
Yeah.
And hearing that, reminds me of the fun of building something like that and being totally creative, but also the frustration of not getting very far in that build because I would be like, nah, this sucks. My build is garbage. I'll give up. But nevertheless, it's still a great memory. And the final song is Drayton.
So, what I really love about this song, and basically a lot of the songs that use this kind of like hand pan or steel drum kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's a synth that mimics a hand pan or something.
Yeah, but specifically this song is because for some reason I just feel like anytime I'm just exploring, I hear this thing come on, and then right when I get to basically where that music cuts out and you just hear that synth of the handpan just come in and just like those, it feels just like paintbrushes just painting the music in your ears.
Yeah.
It's just basically just makes the game just seem so real and get you just so immersed.
Yeah.
And I feel like you feel like you're actually traversing through deserts and hiking through different forests and climbing tall tundra-like mountains and just basically exploring the ends of this infinite earth.
Yeah.
And just enjoying yourselves. And I just love that this song is just good in general, but also is exponentially better when you hear it while you're playing.
Yeah, I agree. That handpan synth, that sound, is pretty prevalent, I think, in volume beta especially. And I think it's once in the volume alpha as well, but it's such a wonderful sound. And like those melodies in that section, the fast melodies that kind of dart around, like I was saying about Haunt Musky, it's like not weird, but it's again not something you would expect to hear in a game like
I see
this.
what you're saying.
Yep. But that's what makes it just all the more endearing, and it's what makes those memories, I think, so fond.
Yeah.
Really, to wrap up, I think what makes the soundtrack so great is 2 things. It's the fond memories that you associate with them playing this game.
Yes.
That so many people our age in this country, especially, associate with these songs.
Mm-hmm.
Those wonderful memories. But from like a musical standpoint, like from composing to sound design to
with even if you heard these songs like on the radio,
well, I don't know if they would play on the radio.
they wouldn't play on the radio, but if
No,
you like just
40.
heard these songs in general,
Yep.
not knowing they were in Minecraft, I think a lot of people would enjoy them.
Yeah, I think it would be really popular.
Because it is basically like it's a very interesting way to display music.
Yeah.
Again, like if you want to go and actually listen to all of these songs all the way through, we'll try to, or I think we'll have a playlist
Yeah.
on the YouTube channel.
We'll put one up so you guys can listen to the songs that we mentioned.
And you can hear that, like I said before, these songs it's not one song. It's a song that's constantly evolving as you listen to it. And that's what I think just makes them great. And then, like you said, Hunter, when you're playing the game and you get these memories of accomplishments or just enjoying the game, discoveries, just literally anything while playing, and you hear these songs, it just brings you back to those good times, not only in the game, but probably in your life.
Yeah.
And that's what I love so much about it.
You said exactly what I was going to say about the Minecraft soundtrack. It has such a special place, I think, in every young person's heart, in America at least, and probably in a lot of the rest of the world too.
Yeah.
Minecraft, I mean, it's such a widespread game, and everybody who had it probably heard the music and probably remembers, discovering the crafting recipe for like a piston or something. Or finding a stronghold and like, oh, what is this? Or like the Nether, like you said, trying to get to a fortress and bridging across lava. Every single part of that game, I think, at some point was soundtracked by one of these pieces of music, and it makes the game and the music all that much more memorable. So, the game wouldn't be probably anywhere near as enjoyable as it was without the soundtrack.
No.
So we owe it to C418 to making these slappers for everybody to enjoy.
Praise be.
Praise be, indeed. I think that'll be a good end to this section. Just like in our previous episodes, we're going to have our English language, our word of the day. Would you call it word of the day?
It's not really a word of the day. I guess definition?
Definition, sure.
I don't know. We're opening up the Tagonda dictionary.
Yeah, the Tagonda
and we're filling
lexicon.
in another page
Exactly.
tonight.
So today we're going to start with a word, not a definition.
Ooh, interesting.
The word is, ready? It is tenacious.
Tenacious.
So it's spelled like, do you know the word tenacious?
Yeah.
So it's Tenacious, and it means like you are really determined, holding on to something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that word, but with an R instead of an end. So Teracious.
I'm hearing it, and like the ter bit is reminding me of like a terrarium or like terra.
Terra, yeah.
It's like earth.
Land.
So say it again.
Tenacious.
Tenacious.
Yeah.
And
it sounds similar to voracious, which I think is like hungry, like fiercely hungry.
What is tenacious again?
Tenacious is like steadfast, stubborn, holding on to something, not giving up, determined. Tenacious.
So tenacious is basically
it's being stubborn and determined.
Yeah, determined, and then voracious
is hungry.
Is hunger.
So tenacious means you are eager to farm and harvest to produce food for yourself and your family. You're eager to farm. It means you want to live off the earth. You have a strong desire to live off the earth. Or maybe you could say a person is tenacious because they live off the earth really well. Like if somebody is completely off the grid, they make all their own food, they don't use electricity. Like, yeah, he lives really tenaciously. Him and the earth are like one and the same, basically.
I like that.
Okay, so it's like an adjective.
Mm-hmm. All right, tenacious.
Open up the Tagonda dictionary.
Yes, adjective.
To live in harmony with the earth in such a way that you don't really depend on any sort of modern technology. You give to the earth and it gives back to you, and that's it.
Living with the land.
Exactly.
Yes.
Tenacious.
Well, I think that wraps it up for today.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
It was.
I really enjoyed that discussion.
Yes.
Yeah. I always love talking about Minecraft and the soundtrack.
I could talk forever.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I'm Jared.
I'm Hunter.
And we're going to put you on hold.
We'll see you guys next time. See you later.
Bye-bye.